What's going on there, YouTube? This is ODCDATSME, and I'm here with a top 10 favorite Marvel Legends from my collection. I'm only going to be doing my loose collection. I'm not going to be including my mint-on card stuff, so I got to work with a limited selection here, but still going to do it anyway. Somebody asked me on my channel to do this top 10, and I'm doing it for them. So I hope you enjoy this top 10 as much as I do. And none of these guys will be in the top 10, just so you know, just putting them out there. But they would be on my top 15, though. So, without any further ado, let's get to the top 10. And number 10 is Dr. Doom from the Hasbro wave, or line. There's actually another version of him. This was the earlier version that came out. There was the repaint that came out, which is actually much better, and I would suggest you picking up this repaint because the paint apps are much better than this guy right here. But yeah, definitely looks really great. I think he surpasses his Toy Biz counterpart in pretty much every way, especially looks. Underneath the mask, even though he's got this kind of like Freddy Krueger face, like, I'm gonna hunt you in your dreams, I'm gonna find you. But he looks great. The helmet doesn't look protrudingly? No, that's not a word. Stupid. The helmet doesn't look too big, and it fits his body nicely, and I like the way the cape sits on him very nicely. And yeah, he's my number 10. Really liking this figure. Definitely pretty sweet. So, without any further ado, here comes number 9. Number 9, you're up. Oh, what is he doing? Is he doing that again? Number 9, come on. Home, 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 home. Okay, yep. That's right. Number 9 is the Toy Biz Iron Fist. I really like this figure a lot. He is very well done. Really looks great. Fantastic. Accurate to the character himself. And I'm not really feeling the new Iron Fist that we were supposed to get a long time ago. But I'm glad they made this version, and he looks great next to my Luke Cage. And really like the collar. I think my favorite piece on this is his face sculpt. It looks very good. I really like it. So I'm having like focusing problems right now. And even his chest symbol is very nice, even though it's painted. It's very well done, very clean. He does share the same body, I believe, as Face Off Daredevil. And yeah, he's got a little moccasin. Oh, I got a little moccasin. But he does have a karate chop hand, which also serves a purpose of his meditation hand. So I got him in this little meditation pose. And yeah, he looks great. Definitely, without a doubt, he's my number 9. Number 8 is Winter Soldier. It doesn't really matter. I don't have the hammer and sickle version. I only have the American version. So, but this was in a 2-pack that came with Black Widow. Almost said Scarlet Witch. Black Widow, and he did come with an extra head, which had the short hair, and this long hair, which actually could be used for a very nice Nightwing custom. But that's a different story. On to the figure here. I think the only gripe I really have is his lack of ankle articulation and the wide jointed hips, obviously. But other than that, I think he's a really well done figure. They really did this arm very well, his mechanical arm here, and yeah, he looks great, and I can't wait for the movie. It's gonna be awesome. So yeah, he is my number 8. Let's get to number 7. God damn it, Janet, did you hide the particles again? Ah. Alright, hold on. That's right, it's Hank Pym. It is Ant-Man. He looks awesome. He looks sweet. Really like this figure. He's actually a pretty rare figure now. He goes for ridiculous prices sometimes. Sometimes he goes for okay prices. Other times he goes for pretty steep prices. But he looks really great. He's got his helmet here, and it fits right on his head. Looks really good. I think it looks very good on his head, and it's very proportionate to his body, which is very nice. It's a little bit on the skinny side, but it's forgivable. It looks good. So he's definitely one of my top favorites, and I mean, he's one of the original Avengers. So yeah, gotta love Ant-Man. He is awesome. Can't wait for the movie too. That's gonna be sweet, and they have announced it is going to be the Hank Pym version, not the other version. So there you go, little news there. But let's get to number 6. And number 6 is not my table. It is Apocalypse, the Build-A-Figure. He just looks. I mean, I don't even know where to start. He just looks absolutely awesome. He's humongous. These are the Build-A-Figures that I was used to getting, not these little Rocket Raccoon, Hit Monkey Build-A-Figures. Hell, not even a Ironmonger's got anything on this guy. He's absolutely humongous, and his articulation is the exact same as the regular figures that were in the wave. Some might say that he has better articulation than some of the figures in the wave, but yeah, definitely got to go with this Build-A-Figure right here, and he is considered a Marvel legend. So there. But he is definitely my number 6. Love this figure, and I did do a review, so check it out if you haven't checked it out. Skadook. Here comes number 5. And without any further ado, Sir Thor from Asgard, Asgard, Fangard, Dangard, Blandgard. Yep, it's Thor, excuse me. Yeah, not a big fan of the Thor character, but you gotta love this figure. He is just absolutely awesome. He is perfectly in scale with what he's supposed to be. All the shading. I mean, this is just a very, very well done figure. I also actually picked up the SDCC exclusive, where he's got all of his he's nice and lit up from his lightning. He's all illuminated and everything. He looks absolutely fantastic, and yeah, definitely love this figure. One of Hasbro's better days, I'd say, and one of their earlier waves. So yeah, definitely, if you don't have this guy, go scoop this guy up. I know there's the newer version of Thor coming out, but this guy's great. So he is definitely my number 5, and I'm sticking to that. Number 4 is Hawkeye. Yep, that's right. The Toy Biz Hawkeye. He looks very well done. He came with a bunch of really cool arrows, which I'll show you in a second, but his sculpting is superb. This is pretty much the only Hawkeye figure that we have, so I can really appreciate this figure. Kicks the shit out of the the movie version. I like that they gave him a string, which actually still has some pull to it. His arrows can fit on his hand, and he can actually just, you know, he's got the right hands to do it, even though he's kind of got these little little kid hands, but still looks really great. I think the only problem I had with him is that he came a little bow-legged in package, but he should be a little bit more like that. But he is in scale, he's perfect, and yeah, I mean, he's Hawkeye. I mean, who doesn't like Hawkeye? Who's got a problem with Hawkeye? But here are his, really quick, here are his arrows here. I'm brain farting. He came with his specialty arrows here. They all look very nice. Came with 5 arrows, I believe. And here's a regular arrow, and his really awesome arrow with the little Ant-Man. The little Ant-Man. I'm a little Ant-Man. Sorry, the focus in there. boom, Ant-Man in your face, in your grill. But yeah, definitely number 4. What am I on? Yeah, number 4. Here we go. Number 4 is Hawkeye. Listen here, bub. I'm gonna tell you something. There's no way I should be number 3. I should be number 1. But yeah, definitely number 3 is the X-Force Hasbro Wolverine. He is awesome. He is the epitome of what a Wolverine figure should be. I mean, the articulation mixed with just the, look at that face sculpt. That's the best Wolverine face sculpt I've seen. So definitely hands down the best Wolverine figure right here, in my opinion. He had removable claws, the face sculpt, the articulation. He's on the right body. You can get him even in a nice, really short crouching positions if you want to make him really short. But I feel like he's in scale enough, and yeah, looks great. Definitely my number 3. Got to go to X-Force Wolverine. And number 2 is the Toy Biz Cyclops. Yeah, I love this Cyclops. He is absolutely amazing. There's a lot of nostalgia here because, especially with this version of him, I love the blue and yellow version. That's one of my favorites, but this is what I grew up with right here, because when I bought the original Toy Biz, I believe it was Toy Biz that made him, the original X-Men from the 90s. Yeah, I was actually in the Bahamas with my family. Long story short, this one little shop in the Bahamas had every single figure in the wave, and my parents bought me one a day, and I was like, but what if they're not there by the time we're about to leave? And for sure enough, we got all of them. So I got very lucky when I was a kid, and I go to the Bahamas and I want action figures. But yeah, I was very young, and this was the first, I believe it was him and Magneto I got, and he came in this suit, and it's just a nostalgia thing with me. So he's definitely my number 2 overall. And I mean, look at the sculpt. I love the face. I mean, he doesn't have an ab crunch, but this was an earlier one. An earlier figure, and the boots are sculpted so nicely. Everything's just very well done, and just reminds me so much of when I was a kid. So without any further ado, here we finally got to number 1. Here he comes. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody knew this was going to happen. But I am a huge Captain America fan, and I mean, Cap and Batman are my two guys. You know, one being on one side, Marvel, and one being on the other, DC. But I love Cap, and I mean, it's not just because I love Captain America. I was actually going to put Cyclops before him, but this is the epitome of what a Captain America figure should be. He's bright, he's spangled, he's star-spangled, and he just fits the bill of what a Captain America figure is supposed to be. The shield is the perfect size. It even had the straps so you could put around his shoulders. I mean, every single detail that they could have possibly given us in a Captain America figure, they gave it to us in this. I mean, he's even got a sculpted star on his chest. I know this was from the 2-pack wave with from the Face Off, but they're still considered Marvel Legends, so gotcha. I guess you could do a kind of 1A, 1B if you want to do, I'll set them aside here, if you want to do also the Bucky Cap figure. I really like the Bucky Cap figure. I mean, when this body mold came out, everybody was like, or body buck I should say, hence the buck. Everybody was loving this figure, and I couldn't, you know, I also love this figure just as much as I love this one, but this one takes it by a little bit. So if you want to do a 1A, 1B, and bring in these guys too, because they're pretty much the same body, just a little bit different. The Ultimate Cap, sorry, I'm like really close to the camera. Back these guys up. Whoa, there he goes. The Bucky Cap, move him back. Come on. And yeah, so there you go. It's Captain America, Face Off Captain America. That's originally what it's supposed to be. So there is my top 10. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys on the flip side.